Okay, hello and good morning. We're basically going to be doing a lot of review stuff, which we have been. But keep in mind you have a test tonight through Sunday only. Make sure you do that. Greatest common factor, you can have a worksheet today, and this is what you're going to do. And this is exactly how I want it, okay? So I want 39 and then 6. And then I want you to break it up. I want you to use 2s, 3s, 5s, 7s, etc. Copy that down. Well, 2 doesn't work. 3 does. 3 times 13, but 13 is prime, so we're going to stop there. This one is 2 times 3, and they both have a 3 in common, so I'm going to circle the 3 right here. They both have a 3 in common. So I'm going to take out a 3. So the greatest common factor is 3. That's all you do. Okay? All right, on the next one here, I want it the same way. So you start off with 2s. 2 doesn't work. Go to 3. 3 doesn't work. Go to 4. Go to 5. Okay. 6. And actually, I want you to use 2, 3s, 5s, and 7s. So this one is 5 times 7. So I missed that. And it has an N, 2 N's, and an M. So let's expand that out. This one right here is 3 times 7, and then it has 2 M's and an N. All right, so what's in common? Well, they both have a 7, so you're going to take out a 7. They both have one N, so you're going to take out an N. And then this one has an M, and this one has an M. So this is your greatest common factor. And that's what we're doing today. Make sure you show your work. Okay? All right, and your worksheet looks like this. And those are the answers. But I need to see the work. No work, no credit. All right, let's go on to geometry. All right, now all of this is on your test, and your test is going to be from tonight to Sunday only. So look up here. If you miss it, you're going to have to wait a while. Also, when you take the test, I want you to download it and print it if you need to study, okay? That's something I don't know that I've emphasized before, whether or not you did it. Also, I'm going to post the answers, but it's going to be after everyone takes the test, okay? So you can go back and look at the answers, but it will be after everyone is finished. All right, so look up here. This one right here says find surface area and volume. Well, surface area for number 1 is 2 circles and a rectangle. And remember, the circles are pi radius squared, but you have 2 of those, okay? So you have 2 circles, and then you have a rectangle. And remember, the rectangle is going to be the height of the cylinder times circumference. So the height times circumference. And circumference is pi times diameter. Okay, so this is going to be 2 times pi times the radius squared. The radius is not 8, so look at your paper. If you have 8, you're going to miss it. The radius is actually 4. Okay, so it's going to be 4 times 4. And plus, the height is 10, and the circumference is pi times diameter. So pi is 3.14, and the diameter is 8. And so you're going to multiply this out, and then add these two answers together. Okay, so we'll do that. 4 times 4 is 16 times 2 is 32. So 32 times 3.14. That gives me 100.48. This one right here is going to be 8 times 10 is 80. So 80 times 3.14. That gives me 251 and some change. And then I add the 100.48. I get my total answer of 351.68, and this is going to be square inches because it's surface area. The next one is going to be volume. And volume's the easy one. So volume is nothing more than big B times H. And big B in this one is a circle, okay, not a triangle. So it's going to be pi radius squared times the height. Pi is 3.14. The radius squared, that's 4 times 4, times the height. Okay, you don't divide by 3. Do not divide by 3. You only divide by 3 as if it comes to a point. Okay, but this is a cylinder. So this is going to be 16 times 10 is 160 times 3.14, and that gives me 502. And this is volume. Okay, what is Euler's formula? Euler's formula is Florida Virtual School. So Florida Virtual School, episode 2. And there it is. Make sure you remember that. All right, let's go on. This right here is on your worksheet, your practice test. So get your practice test out. Have your calculator out as well. Make sure you're working and paying attention so you get your 5 points. All right, look up here. This one says ratio. Ratio is a fraction. So first you got to figure out the volume. It's a cylinder, so let's draw a cylinder, 2 cylinders. This one has a radius of 1. This one has a radius of 2. This one has a height of 4. I guess they both have a height of 4. It looks like it would be double, but I don't think so. Let's try it. So you want to do volume equals pi radius squared times the height. So the height is 4 on that one. And then the volume on the second one is going to be pi radius squared, and the height is the same. They just doubled the radius, so they want to figure out the ratio of the volume. So this one is going to be 3.14. I'm going to leave it as pi because it's just a little easier. And the radius squared, so that's 1 times 1 times 4. So 1 times 1 is 1 times 4 is 4 pi. So the first one is 4 pi. That's volume 1. In the second one, the radius is 2, so that's pi times the radius squared, 2 times 2 times 4. So that's 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16, so that's 16 pi for the second one. And the ratio, the pi's cancel, the ratio is 1 to 4. So when you double the radius, you would think that it would double the volume, but that's not true. This one is actually 4 times bigger. Okay, so it's kind of weird, but that's the way it is because you're squaring it. Okay, so the ratio of A to B is 1 to 4, and that's when you practice test. But I switched it up and said B to A, so it's 4 to 1. So one of them is actually 4 times bigger than the other one. All right, let's take a look at this one. This girl right here, she has a pan, and the pan measures a certain amount. But a box of mix is 180 cubic meters. How many boxes does she need? Well, you got to multiply length times width times height. So volume is 10 times 18 times 4, whatever that is. So let's figure it out. So that's 180 times 4. So 180 times 4. That gives me 720 cubic meters. Okay? And then each box is 180. So what you want to do is divide by 180. So you're going to take this, divide it by 180. So this is going to tell us how many boxes. So 720, I guess I could have left that on there, divide it by 180, and I get 4. She needs 4 boxes. Now, suppose I did the math and it came out to 4.2, then she would need 5 boxes. She's going to have left over, but if it's just a decimal, you need to add more, or it's going to be a little short. Okay? Make sure you understand that concept. All right, that's on your practice test. So let's take a look at some more on your practice test. So look up here. Some kids are like, well, what's a cross-section? A cross-section is if you take a solid and you cut it sideways or something. In this case, it has 5 sides. That counts as a side. So that is a pentagon. This cross-section right here has 4, so that is a square, or quadrilateral would be the best answer. We'll just say a quadrilateral. Okay, it kind of looks like a square. All right, we did these. Let's keep moving. Turn the page. We did this one. We just did this one. Let's see what else. We did number 10. Okay, we just did that one. Let's take a look at number 11. All right, so this person wants to repurpose a wax cylinder shown below into 10 equal cylinder pieces. How tall is each piece? All right, let's take a look at number 11. Let's see if we can do that one. Okay, so number 11, you have volume of a cylinder is going to be pi radius squared, which is big B, times h. And we're looking for the height. Okay, that's what we're looking for. How tall is each piece? And they want you to divide it by 10 when you get your answer. Here's the volume. So you're going to substitute 1256 in place of the V. Okay? And then you're going to divide by pi. And then you're going to divide by the radius squared. And here it tells you the radius is 4. So 4 times 4 is 16. And then we're looking for the height. So we're basically going to divide by 3.14 and by 16. So this is called a work backwards problem. So the height is going to be this. So clear your calculator. Take 1256, divide it by 3.14, divide it by 16, press equals. There's 25. So the height is 25, and you want to divide it by 10 equal pieces. So you want to divide by 10, and it's going to be 2.5. Oops. 25 divided by 10 is 2.5. So each piece has to be 2.5 inches. Okay, that's how you do it. All right, it's a work backwards problem. What's the maximum volume of a pyramid that can fit in a cube? What's the maximum volume of a pyramid that can fit in a cube with side? Okay, so it's a cube. A cube is like a sugar cube. So we're going to make this 18, 18, and 18. And so we're going to do volume equals length times width times height. So it's going to be 18 times 18 times 18, or 18 to the 3rd power. Let's figure out what the volume is on this one. So we're going to get 18 times 18 times 18. That gives us a huge volume of 5832. Okay? Now, what's the maximum volume of a pyramid that can fit inside of that? Well, a pyramid, I would do a square pyramid. So I would go ahead and do a square pyramid is what I would do. Okay? So a square pyramid, the volume is going to be, so the volume is going to be the base, which is a square, so that's going to be 18 times 18, that's the bottom, times the height. The height is 18 inches, okay, times 18. Let me think about this. It comes to a point, so you have to divide by 3. Okay, remember that. So we get all of that, because we already have it, and then we're going to divide by 3. So I think the biggest pyramid would be 19 44 cubic inches. That would be the volume of the biggest pyramid that can fit inside of that. Let's just check number 11 just for the heck of it and see. So number 11, they have 2.5 centimeters, and I hope that's the right one. No, that is number, what number was that? Okay, number, which number? Okay. All right, I must have lost that one in just a second. Let me try to find it again. Got that one. Got that one. Oh, that was number 12. Okay, so number 12, they have 1944, and that's what we have. Okay, so for number 12, we used a square pyramid. And make sure you divide by 3, okay, because it comes to a point. All right, so that's number 12. Let me see what else we got. Took care of that one. Okay, these down here is just volume. And make sure you use the radius. Okay, that's not the radius, that's your diameter. This one's your radius. Okay. You should be able to do those. Surface area, I think we did that one. Number 16, I don't think we did, so let's take a look at that one. This one right here, you have a regular polygon, looks like a hexagon. So let's draw a hexagon, which is the bottom, okay? And the apothem is 4 square root of 3. So A is equal to 4 square root of 3. Remember the formula? Area of a regular polygon is equal to 1/2 AP. Well, there's your A, so it's going to be 1/2 times 4 square root of 3 times your perimeter. The side is 8, so it's 6 times 8 is 48. Okay, so that P stands for perimeter, so that's 6 times 8. Okay, I think we got everything we need. This one's really pretty easy. Let me make sure we're answering the question. Okay, so that's the bottom. Now we got to add the sides too. Okay, so let me add to this. So we did the bottom. Then you have 6 triangles at 1/2 the base, which is 8, times the height, which is 17. All right, now I think we got everything. Okay, so let's work it. Clear your calculator. Press 3, shift, square root, times 4, times 48, press equals, divide by 2. So this is going to be 166 and some change. This one right here, I'm going to do 8 times 17, press equals, divide by 2, press equals, and then times 6. So that's 408, and you're going to add that up, and you should get your answer. Okay? Plus 166, and this will be close enough. I get 574. So your answer on the answer sheet should be close to that. Make sure you can do that one. Let me see what else. All right, let me go to number 18. Tori's making a square pyramid candle. So draw number 18 and put a square and put a dot. That's a square pyramid. Okay? And its volume. Okay? She has that much wax. She wants the candles to be 12 inches tall. So put 12 inches tall. And she wants the base to be 8. So the first thing you want to do is figure out volume. So volume is big B times H, but since it comes to a point, you got to divide by 3. Okay, remember tree, 3. So the base is 8 times 8, which is 64, times the height, which is 12, and then divide by 3. This one's not too bad. So that's going to be 64 times 12, press equals, divide by 3. So 256 is what we want, or she wants, but she has this much. So you're going to take 2816 divided by 256. She can make 11, okay? Now remember, if it comes out to be like 11.2, she can only make 11. She'll have extra, but she doesn't have enough to make 12. Okay, so be careful with that concept, okay? Because sometimes you might get the decimal. All right, the stuff on the back, you got work backwards. I think I did that one. It's on yesterday's video. I'm just going to set it up for you here, okay? Volume of a sphere. Now, if I remember correctly, you got your formula sheet. So I think it's 4/3 pi radius cubed, okay? And then here they're giving you the volume. They want surface area. Surface area, we'll have to get the formula. So let me get this formula.